Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Truth Threads. Before we dive into today's shocking story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the most gripping revenge stories. Now, let's begin. It was a chilly autumn night in a small town in Ohio, USA. John Miller, a hard-working mechanic, was sitting in the living room with his 10-year-old daughter, Emily. She was his entire world. His wife had passed away years ago, so Emily was all he had left. Their bond was unbreakable. She was his light, his reason to keep going. But that night, everything changed. Round midnight, John woke up to the sound of crackling. At first, he thought it was just the wind against the trees. But within seconds, he realized the horror. Flames were climbing up the side of his wooden house. Smoke filled the air, thick and suffocating. "Emily!" he screamed, rushing to her bedroom. But by the time he reached her door, the fire had consumed half the hallway. He fought his way through, coughing, desperate. But the flames were too strong. He saw a glimpse of Emily's terrified face in the smoke, and then the roof gave way. John was thrown back by the blast of heat. He crawled outside, but Emily never came out. By the time firefighters arrived, it was too late. His home was ashes, and his daughter gone forever. At first, authorities called it an accident, but John knew better. Neighbors whispered about seeing a dark figure near his property before the fire. And then, days later, the truth emerged. His rival, Mark Thompson, a corrupt businessman, had set the fire. Mark wanted John's land to expand his junkyard business, and when John refused to sell, Mark decided to destroy him. That's when grief turned into again. He knew men like Mark could twist the law in their favor. Instead, John began planning, silently, patiently. For weeks he followed Mark. He studied his routines, where he went, who he met. And the more John watched, the more he uncovered. Mark wasn't just corrupt, he was dangerous. He was running illegal deals, smuggling stolen car parts, and bribing officials to stay untouchable. John collected evidence, photos, documents, recordings. But he wanted more than justice. He wanted Mark to feel the same helplessness, the same loss he had felt the night he lost Emily. One stormy evening, John saw his chance. Mark was hosting a private party at his warehouse, boasting about his money and power. John cut the power to the building, plunging it into darkness. Panic spread among the guests, but John wasn't after them, he was after Mark. When the lights flickered back on, Mark's prized collection of luxury cars was in flames. One by one, the fire consumed them, just like John's house had burned. Mark screamed in rage as his empire crumbled before his eyes. And then came the final blow. The evidence John had gathered was sent anonymously to federal investigators. Within weeks, Mark was arrested, charged with arson, fraud, and racketeering. His wealth couldn't save him this time. John stood in the shadows outside the courthouse the day Mark was sentenced. He didn't smile. He didn't cheer. He simply whispered to himself, "This is for you, Emily." The man who had stolen his daughter's life had finally lost everything. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gripping revenge tales. And as always, thank you for watching Truth Threads.